with Johnny Radio.
If you like pina colada.
On AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
The only man to give death a near Johnny experience. Johnny Harden.
Oh my goodness, happy hump day, everybody. Put your hands together. Let's say happy hump day, everybody. Happy hump day. Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am Johnny Radio. Gabe Kuhn is with me, and I'm fired up because let me tell you a little secret. I have made a very, very important decision. I want to open things up at 901-360-8255 for you because of all the stuff that's been going on in the world, from Doc Rivers' emotional speech to Lucas Giolito throwing a no-hitter to the things that we're learning from Washington and Daniel Snyder and naked cheerleaders to just the way of the damn world. It is getting out of hand and it's getting crazy, but yet we're trying to have sports. The Raptors, Celtics might not play. Nick Saban, I'm going to say this right out. Alabama fans, I hope you call me in because I'm going to call this right now, and it's going to tick you off. Nick Saban, you need to retire. If you don't retire, let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to stick your dumb foot in your dumb mouth, and all you've done is going to be erased. Because you know what you are, in all honesty? You're a tyrant. You're an a-hole. You're a narcissist. You care only about yourself. Look at your hires, by the way. I went through all of them. All you want to do is rehabilitate these other coaches. And then, you've got Jeremy Pruitt, and you've got my man Kirby Smart. You've sent Jimbo Fisher. But I want you to ask me a question. Look at all their color. Tell me, by the way, Steve, why did Steve Sarkisian get rehired? What'd you do for Lane Kiffin? Then you come out and talk about how the masks are screwing you because you can't yell at players. Talk about how it's not for the money. I'm going to tell you right now, Nick Saban, the time has passed you by. Yeah, you might be able to put you get the best athletes still, but you continue coaching, I'm going to tell you in 4 years, you will be so ostracized and made fun of, it's not even funny because your old keister does nothing but lie, manipulate, and control, and you do it with an iron fist. And down in Tuscaloosa, they put up with that crap. But you know what? The rest of the media is starting to pay attention. The rest of the people are starting to pay attention, and other coaches are starting to, talk. And now, guess what? Players are coming out and talking smack about their coaches. Players who formerly players. So if you don't think that former players and players are going to start doing this thing to you, I'm going to tell you something, Nick. You're not impervious. And if you continue to sound like an a-hole, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You won't go down as the greatest college football coach of all time. You might go down as the greatest ripoff of all time because, again, he's made more money in college coaching football history. All of college sports, nobody's made the salary of Nick Saban. John Calipari. You can think of all these guys who've made tons of money. Nick Saban is king. Dabo, all these guys that you think of, I told you about it yesterday. The amount of money that this man's made, it's very simply for him to say it's not about the money. And then for the very second day for him to come out and say, after 580 students were tested positive at Alabama, and he's like, 38,000 students were tested. Well, no, if you actually look at it, do you know there's only 1,900 tests and 580 came positive. So he lied again. I just hate to say this. In this world today, if you continue to lie, do you know it's going to catch up with you and bite you and your keister? And people aren't going to be like, dude went to 5 consecutive Final Fours in football, bro. Last year was his first year. He didn't make it. And that's because he took a whipping by Auburn, took a whipping by LSU, and I mean whipping. But let me just tell you something. Honestly, Nick Saban, your time has come. Your time has gone. And if you don't get out, your memory will be, and I'm not going to say it's going to be Joe Pa because I don't think you have a sick freak on your I don't think you. I don't even like to mention his name, but you know that nasty, evil human being. I don't think you have that type of person. But you know what? They're going to go back and look at your hires, and they're going to be like, "Damn, I can get an alcoholic and Steve Sarkisian. I can go get a lunatic and Lane Kiffin. I can go get this crazy person. You know what I mean? Like, I can do all these things because I'm Nick damn Saban. How come you don't give other people opportunities? Never does. Only goes out and does retreads. Keeps all the people close, control freak like a mug. And again, to go out and start off your conversation after saying it's not about the money yesterday. And did you read his quote? That I can't yell at people with my dead gum mask because it just doesn't come across. It's muffled. And I don't think they're exactly hearing what I'm saying. And when I'm yelling at them, damn it, they better hear me. Do you know what you sound like? A lunatic. By the way, Gabe, and I've talked to you about this 1,000 times. Welcome in, Gabe. Of course, I already.
Hello, man. Coming in hot today, I see.
Yeah, I'm a little hot about this because I got so much to get into today. I mean, we got, Doc Rivers. We got Lucas Giolito throwing a perfect game.
We also have this really quick, off the top.
Ooh, what do we got?
The AAC is canceled and postponed their soccer and volleyball competition until spring 2021. The only one left now is the only two left, cross country and football.
Wait, when did this happen?
This was yesterday.
I didn't even
Had
know
to come
that.
off the top with that because I think it relates to the conversation you're having right now about Nick Saban. Nick Saban said yesterday about it wasn't about the money. Now, I'll tell you right now,
about money.
The reason, the obvious thing, and we brought this up yesterday, don't speak for everybody, right? Because the AAC, clearly it's about money. And I don't think they're hiding it. I don't shame them for it. I think it is going to help keep their athletic departments afloat. But at the same time, when you spew that nonsense, expect some backlash. That's just the truth of the matter.
Man, I am so with you, and I didn't know that, and thank you very much. By the way, doesn't that kind of put Nick Saban's money argument in the toilet?
That's what I was saying. Absolutely, 100%.
100%.
Straight into the toilet.
Straight
and
in the
flushed.
Toilet.
It's gone.
And now, can I also ask you a question? Out of all the coaches who come out, I mean, we saw Doc Rivers talk yesterday. It was so emotional. I'm not going to lie to you. Once he said, how he loves the country and it doesn't love him back, dude, I was a babbling brook. I mean, we're going to play this here in just a second, and then we're going to get to the lead off. And we got so many things. The Pacers fired Nate McMillan, NFL. They got so much going on. By the way, the Mets. I don't know if you know this. Did you know a dude got off? Got walked, stole second, stole third, and then stole home. Bro, this is not a joke. I mean, we have some crazy stuff that happened in baseball, which I want to get into. I'm going to have a baseball segment. We're going to have a basketball segment. We're going to have Hardwood because it feels just so damn good. And I'm going to open up everything. We're about to get to the leadoff with my good friend Gabe Kuhn. But I want people to know this. At 901-360-8255, if there's something that's bothering you, if there's something that's in your heart that you want to talk about, if you want to talk about the Detroit Lions going out there and basically saying the world can't go on like this, to put out another and turn it around, we won't be silent anymore. To make these types of statements, to have the Raptors and Celtics, not one team, two teams talking about boycotting game one of the semifinals. Tomorrow, by the way. You know that, right? That's tomorrow's game. Thursday's a big night. ESPN, all them, they don't got a whole lot of, without basketball and baseball and all this stuff, when they finally got back, we watched how many reruns of football games and basketball games, and then we watched a bunch of stupid shows and all this stuff. So, they finally got things that we care about. But, of course, since my man Jacob Blake's been shot, George Floyd had 8 minutes and 46 seconds of basically his life stolen from an idiot with his knee. Since all this stuff, we've had tons of civil unrest. We have an election going on this year. I am not a political person. I will tell you this right now. And just so you know where I'm at, I'm independent. I think Donald Trump and Joe Biden can go jump off a very, 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 I hope they make a long jump off a short bridge. I don't think either one of them deserve. I think America is better than them. And what I'm trying to say is, if I was somebody who was really looking for a party of the people, I look to the left, man, I sure don't see it. I look to the right, I sure as hell don't see it. I'm telling you, the America right now, and then I look at coaches, the people that I respect, and then I didn't realize how much abuse they actually put on us. And we took it because we were kids. Now, they can say we were trying to get the best out of you. Well, I don't know what they're trying to do right now. Again, but right now, line their pockets with money. So 67129, that's 67129. Hit me up. 901-360 at 1:30 to the rest of the show, except for at 2:30 because it's Hardwood, buddy. I got some great stories for you. I ain't going to let you come in on that one because that's me and Gabe's segment. But from 1:30 to 2:30, if you want to talk, 901-360-8255. I know I don't usually take a whole lot of phone calls. I'm opening it up to you because the last 24 hours, in my opinion, from MLB to the National Football League to the NBA, we've had so many things happen. Heck, Dominic Foxworthy this morning, I think, gave one of the most, like, other than Doc Rivers, he hit me so hard. I was like, wow. Just see somebody say that on national television. But you know what time it is? Before I get too late, it's time for me to get to Gabe Kuhn's segment because he runs this junt. Let's do the leadoff.
Lot going on, man. Hard to keep the head on straight, but we'll do it here. We'll do it here for 2 hours.
Hey,
I'll tell you
even
what.
in soccer, do you know it's crazy? Lionel Messi, you know who that is?
Yeah, of course I do.
Oh, man, see, you know more than me. Well, he's leaving Barcelona, and he won more championships in Barcelona than anybody. And by the way, how can you win 30 championships in 15 years? They have that many championships a year? Soccer's weird, bro. All
right, I'm going to start with some college basketball notes here. LSU basketball coach Will Wade. Been a lot going on with him over the years since he got there, but color me shocked. Made impermissible payments to 11 prospects. Again, how shocking is that? Unbelievable. The case was referred to the IARP. LSU and Will Wade have avoided punishment in the past. We know that. Is this the case that may finally end in punishment for Will Wade and LSU?
All right. I would say on a normal situation, Will Wade is like John Calipari somehow. Like, John can just slick. I mean, yes, he will have UMass take down all their banners. He'll have Memphis take down their banners. He'll eventually have Kentucky take down their banners. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to, like, be proven to be. I mean, him and World Wide West, please don't even get me started. But Will Wade was a very, I would say, instead of just being a snake and everybody knew it, he's been just kind of like a worm, hidden underneath the ground, except for when he'd pop his little head out and be like, hey, I got a box of money over here. Come here. Let me tell you a little secret over here. Hey, Ben Simmons. Dude, LSU, the people that they've gone after, and I know how they keep it a little bit more family down in the South, but Will Wade, he is in the crosshairs, in my opinion, don't you think? And you know what's so funny? LSU, as big as they are as football, as big as and powerful as the SEC is, I hate to say he ain't Bill Self in Kansas. I mean, Bill Self can have stripper poles and Snoop Dogg shooting money up into the thing. They can have 5 level 1 violations. And I feel like he could maybe skate more than Will Wade. I think time has finally come, and Will Wade is about to have to bend over and take a spanking. You know what I'm saying? Did your dad ever try to ask you to bend over and take a spanking?
Of course.
Did you bend over?
Not willingly.
Dude, do you know what I used to do?
What?
Run like
You made it worse.
mother.
You made it worse on yourself, probably.
No, wait, can I tell you why I didn't? Because I would run, lock myself in the bathroom. Second story, I'd open up the window, I'd jump out of it, and there was a thing.
See, you got a lot going on.
And then I would run.
You got a whole lot going on, man.
3 hours,
But
I would let him chill.
The
And
way
then I'd
I
come
see
back.
it, Will Wade finally got something referred to the IARP and the NCAA as may have some oversight over it. So maybe, just maybe, he will get a punishment for this one. Now,
By the way, wiretaps also. You know that.
They haven't done anything about that.
They haven't done anything about that.
That hasn't been done. The FBI investigation, yeah,
I thought that would just be an add-on.
No, that's swept. I mean,
So
that would have been figured out. That would have been figured out a couple years ago. Then
I just feel like how can you not add this to the case? But go ahead.
It's a great question. That's a fantastic question. Now, the Pacers today in the NBA have fired Nate McMillan, their head coach, who's 183 and 136 with the Pacers in 4 years. The Pacers did cite the fact that he had a 3-16 playoff record and 4 first-round exits, swept in the past 2 years, had some injuries. Do you think this firing is justified?
All right, let me tell you something. It's very difficult. And the reason it's difficult, Victor Oladipo, again, injured. You had injuries galore. But can I ask you a little simple thing? Have you looked at him compared to Frank Vogel, Larry Brown, and now Nate McMillan? Nate McMillan was 183 and 136, okay? Larry Brown was 190 and 138. Frank Vogel was 250 and 181. They never ever really made it any farther than either one of them. It's like the Indiana Pacers their whole lives since Michael Jordan was destroying Reggie Miller and who was that big center that they had, that big white boy that was so good that I liked? Do you remember him?
Gosh, oh my gosh.
It's going to drive me crazy. Anyway,
Yeah, wow. I feel like an idiot.
So they had all these wonderful people. Yeah, I just can't think of his name. It's like, I think it's, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Smits.
Rick Smits. I was like, if it's something, the last name is like Smits, but I knew the first name was like Rick. Rick Smits, Reggie Miller. Like, since they had basically gotten destroyed by MJ those years and years, heck, they got to Game 7 one year. You know what I mean? But after that, like I just mentioned, Frank Vogel, Larry Brown. I mentioned, heck, if you want to bring up Larry Bird, if you want to bring up Nate McMillan, has Nate McMillan not in your eyes had more he's been the most unlucky coach when it comes to injuries. Where was Victor Oladipo? Injured. Where was his best players every single year? Always injured. But he always found a way to make the postseason. He had a damn good record, and I think he's a great coach. But the problem is, I'm going to tell you right now, you know how crazed Indiana is about basketball? It's like Memphis on steroids. We call ourselves Hoop City. Indiana is Hoop State. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's unfortunate for Nate McMillan. But, dude, once they got swept, I felt like, sorry, I feel like the players signed your death warrant, if you know what I mean.
But the truth of the matter is the 3-16 needs to be highlighted by a few things. 2017, you played LeBron, okay? 2018, you played LeBron. Took him to 7 games in 2018 when you didn't have injuries. And then in 2019, yes, but no Oladipo. And then this year, no Sabonis against 2 very, very solid teams. This year, that Heat team, you watch, man. I'm telling you right now, if the Bucks get through this first round, which they should, you watch out, man. The Heat might beat the Bucks. I am being dead serious. That's a hot take for me.
No,
just going to put it out there right now.
Hey, can I tell you something? I actually like that hot take because I'll tell you one thing. I was wrong.
It may seem insane to people.
Watch Miami play. Pat Riley gets always all the credit. People make fun of Eric Spoelstra because they say it was LeBron James. Eric Spoelstra is a hell of a lot better coach than people give him credit for.
Yeah, sure is. Sure is. And they have some good players, good talent on that team. Now, NFL, we should have talked about this probably the past 2 days, but I'm going to bring it up now. Earl Thomas was cut by the Ravens. A lot happened to him this offseason. I remember the Airbnb incident where his girlfriend or wife pointed a gun at him. He was with his brother. They were hooking up with women at an Airbnb. Whatever. All right. Regardless, he's a great talent.
Can I just say,
and I got to imagine he'll probably get picked up by somebody. But my question for you is, what are his best fits?
Easy for me. I told it to you yesterday where I think his best fit is. He thinks it's Dallas. I think it's Cleveland. I think once Grant Delpit for LSU went down, I think it opens up one simple thing. You look at that defense with Myles Garrett. You look at those cornerbacks that they have picked up the last couple years. You look at their linebacking situation. If you realistically look at Cleveland, we only talk about the offense. But can I tell you, I know a lot of people are going to say I'm absolutely smoking crack when I say this. But I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Go pull up their Too Damn Deep. Go look what they did at the end of the year. And no, I'm not saying they're the Steelers, but they're a top 5 defense if they get Earl Thomas. I mean that with the bottom of my heart. When you got 2 guys that can rush off the defensive end, and one of them is an all-world player. When you got 2 lockdown corners. When you got players that are actually give you depth, that are veterans who have played on big-time teams, except for they're coming off and they're just, transferring in on certain downs, passing downs or rushing downs, they have the pieces. But can I tell you something? Right now, they don't have a safety that is like Dominique Foxworthy could come out of retirement and play for Cleveland right now. Like, they need a damn safety, and he was a cornerback. I mean, Riddick is a little bit too old. I love Theo, but I mean, I'm just saying. I was just throwing. Anybody can go out there and play safety. I'm talking about the guys who talk. I just feel like if you're an athlete right now, well, actually, no. I mean, being a safety in these days. Look, by the way, Budda Baker, I want to bring this up real quick. People yesterday were killing him because of his lack of interceptions. Do you know why he got paid so high? Because have you watched what he's done? He lined it up on my man straight up and covered him the whole game. George Kittle took care of him. He doesn't get a lot of interceptions because they don't use him in the middle of the field as they do most safeties. He will come up and he will bust your tail. He will blitz. If you're a running back, have you seen a better tackling safety other than Budda Baker and Earl Thomas? In the last few years, who are the best two tackling safeties? I'd say Earl Thomas and Budda Baker. Yes, they don't get tons of interceptions. Earl did back in the day when he was with the Legion of Boom, but dude,
would you put Jamal Adams, Derwin James in that conversation?
I would put Jamal Adams. I think Derwin James, I don't call him a safety. Derwin James is what I call the ultimate hybrid football player ever.
Well, Jamal Adams similar.
Well, Jamal Adams, in my opinion, is a lot better at run defense than he is at pass. Personally, he's a bigger hitter than he is a pass coverage guy. That's just my opinion. I think Earl, though, maybe they say he's lost a step. I think he'd be a perfect fit in Cleveland because guess what? You don't have to cover long. He can take care of the run because you got two monsters coming off the edge.
Hey.
Cleveland is where he belongs.
And I'll tell you what, though. Cowboys fans don't like what you're saying. They really want him in Dallas.
What are they going to do with Ha-Ha Clint Dix? They just going to get rid of him? Hey, do you not remember you got him? So that's why I feel like Dallas, like, chillax. Don't go pay him $10 million. You know what I mean? Like, Grant ain't going to be back. I'm just saying, Earl. You need to go your landing spots, and I'm going to rank them number one if you want to the bottom. My number one spot for him, unequivocally, is guess who? Cleveland. Do you know who my number two spot is? Why don't you hook him back up with Richard Sherman over in San Francisco? How dope would that be? Their defense is pretty good. But can I ask you a question? Where's the one weakness if you look in their secondary? It's their starting safety. Do you know who their starting safety was last year? Jimmy Ward. Don't you think Jimmy Ward can't hold Earl Thomas as you know what? So that's number two. Number three, you don't know how I think? Why don't you put him back with his old defensive coach in Atlanta, Dan Quinn? What did Dan Quinn get out of him? And you put Keanu Neal and you put Earl Thomas on the same damn defense? That sounds nasty as all get out. Plus DeMonte Caez, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I like the fact those are my top three places. Number one, Cleveland. Number two, San Francisco, because he can get back with Richard Sherman. And number three, I would have to say would be Atlanta. Now, I will also say he will fit good in Houston, but Houston needs more than a safety. They need wide receivers, and I think they're going to take the biggest step back, and they don't have a chance to make the playoffs. So if I'm Earl Thomas, I wouldn't go to Houston Texans for a damn thing. But does that make sense to you?
It does.
Is it pretty good? Like,
Solid.
wouldn't you like to put him back with Dan Quinn in Atlanta and Keanu Neal?
Not bad. I think here's the thing. I think
Richard
Earl Thomas,
Sherman in San Francisco. Ooh, that'd be nasty too.
And I know that we're talking about best fits based on personnel that those guys have right now, but I'll tell you right now,
You think it's
Earl
Cowboys?
Thomas is one of those guys who can fit just about wherever he goes. He
could.
He is one of the better safeties in the league. Obviously, he probably has slowed down a little bit based on his injury and based on where he is at in his career. But at the same time, we cannot deny how good of a player Earl Thomas is and how well he can fit into just about any situation.
Do you think he could fit then, since you brought this up, because I'm curious, there's one team I left off. Sorry. Patrick Chung, he's not playing with the Patriots this year. He opted out. He could step right in and fulfill that role for Patrick Chung.
Hey, but
can I ask you something? Do you think him and Bill Belichick could even fit
Hey, hold
together?
up, man. Look, what were they saying about Cam Newton?
It's a good point.
What were they saying about Antonio Brown?
Yeah,
All I'm going to say,
this
is what I'm going to say, right? Earl Thomas has gone through a lot in the offseason. Look, that's a prime candidate for the Patriots. Let's be real. That's a prime candidate.
Robert Kraft could be like, hey, Earl, you and your brother want to go get an Airbnb place together? I can't go down to the Orchid Day Spa. So that might actually work. Actually, Robert Kraft should probably call Earl Thomas. I'm late for a break. I love talking with him. I love the opening segment. We're going to have a lot of fun today. But remember, on the other side, 901-360-8255, hit me up because there's so much going on in the world. We had a no-hitter thrown by Lucas Giolito. The Raptors and the Celtics are talking about boycotting tomorrow's game. That freaks me out like a mug. We had dudes stealing home. We got life going on. Dominic Foxworthy made me cry. I'm playing the Doc Rivers video. If it doesn't hit you in your heart, I don't even know if you have a heart. But I will tell you one thing. We're going to have a heck of a lot of fun. This is Sports 56 Happy Hour with my good buddy Gabe Kuhn, your friend Johnny Radio, and all of you out there on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Want to get your voice heard? Hit us up on the First Bank phone line or First Bank text line.
At Mass Mutual, we know that tradition is the backbone of the Kentucky Derby.
I love your hat. Let's grab a mint julep.
Tradition binds us together. Live Mutual, Mass Mutual.
It's Mattress Firm's Labor Day sale. Hurry in and save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 or more. And save up to 50% on select mattresses from our top-rated brands, like Sealy and more. Shop in-store, online, or by phone today. Don't wait. Only at Mattress Firm's Labor Day sale. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. Valid at participating locations only. Some products only available online. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
Progressive Motorcycle presents Road Wisdom from the Motor.
Half man, half motorcycle.
Ride confidently in the direction of your dreams. Unless it's a bad dream. Then turn around.
Go the other way.
Progressive Motorcycle also presents basic policy starting at $75 a year. Progressive Motorcycle, for those who were born to ride. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Annual premium for basic liability policy is not available in all states.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
All 75 months at 2.99 APR, G4 LHFO 7857, Outlander LU 029538, Eclipse LZO 15617, includes all rebates and incentives. PF 59875, excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through the end of the month. Dealer stock only.
It's time to fully charge your summer with great savings from Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. You'll find 0% APR for 60 months, plus $500 cash back. Drive your ambition in a new 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, $139 a month, or buy for $12,435, 41 MPG Highway. 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport is ready for any adventure at $229 a month, or buy for $18,573. And cross over to summer in a 2020 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, $19,107 or $229 a month, backed by a stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Mirage G4, $139 a month, Outlander Sport, $229 a month, and Eclipse Cross, $229 a month. Get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Going out west where the winds blow tall. And Tony Francione used to date my mom. You know how cool that'd be if dude had actually dated my mom? I'd like to have a different dad. I'm just kidding. I love you, Dad. But I want a famous one, or at least him to sing a song about you. That'd be actually dope as hell. But I will tell you this. Welcome back into a beautiful edition, a very happy hump day. This is Sports 56 Happy Hour with your good buddy Johnny Radio, my great friend Gabe Kuhn. Follow Gabe at G_Kuhn71. Follow me at Johnny_Radio. And never forget, Sports 56 WHBQ. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Instagram. Don't just listen to us on our beautiful 2FM channels, which is 87.7 FM, 96.1 FM, or the original gangster, AM 560. And for all you people out there who are original gangsters, do me a favor. Check me out in stereo, because AM 560 is great. But if you get 87.7 FM and you get 96.1 FM, woo-wee, stereo, I sound even much better. So does Gabe even. So, I mean, I know it's hard, but he does. I'm going to get beat up during the break.
I sound great normally anyway.
Yes, you do.
Real quick, a lot of people have mentioned this morning, but Memphis versus Arkansas State on the 5th will be aired on ESPN at prime time, 7 p.m. Central.
Okay, now.
I'm excited, man. That's
now,
good
can I ask
stuff.
you a question? We talked about this on Monday. Was this a hard decision for them?
For whom?
ESPN.
No.
Did you look at the 5 games?
Wasn't it? There's a couple 1AA matchups.
Yes, exactly.
Central Arkansas and who am I?
I can't even remember.
Austin P.
Dude, that's right. Go P. How did I forget that?
Yeah, let's go P. That'll never not be funny to me. And I know there's Austin P. That was fun fact. First game I ever played in college against Austin P.
Oh, by the way, somebody said, Johnny, you've lost your mind, son. What did I lose my mind on?
I think they're talking about Saban.
Dude, are you kidding me? Like, have you read anything that Saban said lately? By the way, please, do me a favor. 901-360-8255. 901-360-8255. If you believe I've lost my mind, I would love to have just an intelligent conversation. And again, it's kind of simple. Do me a favor. Joe Pa, do you remember how big he was at Penn State? It took one sorry SOB, and yes, he did monstrous. Like, the worst things you could possibly do, but it did bring him down. If you're going to tell me that everybody can constantly stay on top, no, because everybody is always grabbing at you.
Here's what I would argue, though. I would argue that it would be, if there was a certain negative press about Nick Saban, it would have to be very similar to Kirk Ferentz. But is the Kirk Ferentz thing going to make him be remembered negatively? And I think that's the thing, because Nick Saban hasn't had anything horribly wrong with his career at Alabama yet. And I'm not saying he won't. You seem to be thinking he will, but at the same time, like when we can't compare anybody to Joe Paterno at this moment. We can't do that.
No.
Because what happened there.
What I'm trying to do is say that you can be a god in one day, and then you can literally fall from the heavens the very next.
I agree.
And that's just the easiest example to show you of somebody who was once football royalty, who stayed, or actually didn't stay too long, let a monster on campus, and it destroyed him, and he tried to cover it up. What I'm trying to say, though, is Nick Saban isn't covering anything up. It's not Nick Saban's coaches. I mean, even though he can go hire a drunken Steve Sarkisian or a moron in Lane Kiffin. Sorry, Ole Miss. I love him now, actually. He's great. I'm not trying to say it like that. But at the time, Nick Saban basically repaired his entire career because nobody would touch Lane Kiffin with a 10-foot pole, not even his wife. That's why they're divorced probably, because he was left on a tarmac. He left Tennessee in such a disarray. I never in a million years thought a SEC school would hire him. I literally said this on TV. I said this on the radio. I'm sorry. That Nick Saban, what he did to Tennessee, he is unhireable in the Southeastern Conference. Then what he did over at USC, I'm like, oh, he's definitely unhireable. But Nick Saban brings him over, and let's be real. He was great under Nick Saban. He took Jacob Coker. He was a good quarterback coach, gets a national championship with him. He was great with Blake. He was great with a running quarterback. This quarterback goes down into little Florida, does his little thing at that little bitty school, and little F whatever does their thing, and he's now at Ole Miss. But what I'm trying to say is he has done Steve Sarkisian. Look at his hires. Tell me where he's ever given realistically opportunity to people. He hasn't. And the world is changing, and people are eventually going to look at that. And then again, when you come out and say it's not about the money one day, and you chastise the media and the public and tell us that we are stupid, can I just tell you something? Do you think media members like being called stupid?
No.
Do you think,
not at all.
like your average,
I don't think anyone likes being
called
called
stupid. Do you think
stupid.
your average football fan likes being called a moron? I don't think so. And his exact words were, if anybody like basically, or no, I'm not going to, I have to quote, I'm not going to, I would quote him, but his words were basically, if you think it's about money, blah, 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 you don't know anything. This is about the players and the opportunity. Well, then why don't you give your deadgum $10 million and donate it to COVID-19 this year? If you really say it's not about the money, give your money to, COVID-19 research, or give it to testing of maybe the smaller schools so they can play. Why don't you donate your salary to high schools in Alabama so they can actually get COVID-19 testing when they go out and play? So, Nick, don't sit there and tell me it's not about the money when you're cashing the fattest damn check in college football. Period. That's annoying to me. And then the next day to come out and say, I can't yell at my players with these damn masks. I hate them. I want us to, he made a ploy to say that coaches shouldn't have to wear masks at practice. That's what he was doing. And I'm going to ask you something, Gabe Kuhn. Yes, Nick Saban might be fine or whatever, but if Nick Saban, why does Nick Saban think he doesn't have to wear a mask when it's mandated that everybody else does? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, who is Nick Saban think he is? That's what's going to end up pulling him down, because he has become such a narcissist, lover of himself. And, I lost to LSU last year, which I can't believe. And I lost to Auburn last year. Or was it Georgia? It was Auburn. It was Auburn. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was Auburn right before the Iron Bowl, because they probably would have still got in if they beat Auburn. You know that, right? But no, couldn't get it done. All I'm trying to say is, Nick, you're an old coach who has probably been cheating for a long damn time, because you get the best players in the country. That's a fact. And have you ever met a program that didn't cheat, Gabe?
Yeah.
Other than Memphis, hypothetically, Gabe.
A program where that doesn't cheat?
In the world.
At least a little bit?
A little bit, yes.
No,
they all do.
It happens.
So that's what I'm saying is, Nick is the one guy who you don't think there are a ton of programs outside this country that don't hate Nick Saban in Alabama. Go out west. They hate SEC football. Go into the Big Ten country. They hate the SEC. All I'm trying to say is, one of the greatest coaches of all time has already got an article right now on USA Today that says the most overrated coach in history who's somehow dodged accusations of cheating and scandal is the Alabama head coach himself, the one, the only, the number one recruiter, Nick Saban. So can I ask you a question again? What does that say if you have a USA Today article written by Andrew Joseph coming out attacking him? Why do you think that's happening?
Andrew Joseph might not like what he said the past week.
It's exactly what I'm saying. And you don't think, and by the way, Willie Taggart spoke out very negatively about Nick Saban. Do you know James Franklin also spoke out negatively about Nick Saban? By the way, there was good news for Vanderbilt, because I know he doesn't coach Vanderbilt anymore. He coaches Penn State. But Vanderbilt and our good friend Derek Mason, he got great news, by the way. Do you know Dimitri Moore actually has opted back in for this season? That means they're going to have all 11 starters back on defense. Could Vanderbilt's defense actually keep them in the games this year?
In a 10-game SEC schedule?
No.
Come on.
They got 11 starters back.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
Yeah, they don't have any.
We're talking about Vanderbilt, man. Come on.
Okay.
I don't want to look. Come on. You know better than that, man.
But dude, Dimitri Moore coming back's got to be good news for Derek Mason.
You know what's not good news? What? Out of the ACC?
Yeah. I've
Elsewhere, COVID-19 is affecting more start dates. The ACC was scheduled to start September 12th, but NC State had an outbreak on their football team and athletic department of 22 new positive COVID-19 tests. So NC State's opening game against Virginia Tech has been moved 2 weeks later to the 26th. That is actually the normal start date for the SEC and Big 12, but the ACC, it looks like NC State and Virginia Tech will be slated for that weekend instead of the 12th.
Oh, man. It's just it's going to be a tough year. We're going to get through this. I'm telling you, people. If Lincoln Riley, and by the way, I'm going to have to just go out there and tell you this too. You saw about Lincoln Riley and all the other coaches, right? About how many players have tested positive. They've had Oklahoma's had players test positive. They've had Oklahoma State, Texas. They had dead gummit, man. When you look at this, Texas Tech had 21 positive tests. Did you know that? They're still practicing. Again, Oklahoma had 9. Oklahoma State had 15.
Again, the positive tests are expected. It's how you go ahead and handle it and keep them closed, right? You do not want them spreading any farther than they're spreading right now.
Correct. And so, by the way, all these young men are under quarantine. Football practice is still going on. But while we actually have people coming down with COVID, when Nick Saban is asked about the 560 new cases on Tuscaloosa on campus, and he looks at the damn media member and says, do they play on my football team? Does that not show a lack of empathy for just humanity? I'm not kidding with you. If I was Nick Saban's wife, the minute he walked in the door, I would have open hand beep slapped him, if you know what I'm saying. Nick, 500 and how many, what was it, 560 new cases. And somebody asks you a question about those 560 new cases, and your retort is, are they any of my players? Do you know what I mean? That is a lack of human decency. And if you want to call me crazy, again, 901-360-8255, hit me up. I will talk to you. And again, if you think Nick Saban realistically can coach 5 more years in the environment that we live in today, and him be a complete totalitarian, he ain't a totalitarian. He is a deadgum. He's Mussolini. He's like Stalin. Dude, don't let anybody tell him what to do. He runs. Do you think that he actually listens to the SEC? No, the SEC calls him and asks Nick Saban what's going on. And I'm just trying to tell you is that's not going to work any longer. A Chuba Hubbard might play for Alabama. And you know what they might come out and say? And I know I'm not saying he's wearing a QAnon. I'm just saying if you do something wrong, it's going to come out today. And by the way, I don't have to say any player. I don't have to ask a single player that you've done anything wrong, because I'm going to tell you right now, the last 3 interviews that you've given, Nick, all have disgusted me. They've all, I mean, you've put light on your campus and talked about you don't care about the 560 people who came down with COVID. You told me that it's not about the money when it's always about the damn money. And then you literally say there's nothing in the world that pisses you off more than wearing these stupid damn masks. And his excuse was, when I'm yelling at a player, I don't want it muffled. I want him to understand every damn word I'm saying. And I'm like, dude, you sound like an absolute egotistical maniac. And if that doesn't sound like an egotistical maniac, then what does? Gabe, do you think Ryan Silverfield would ever talk like that?
I don't think he'd say that. It's weird because, like, I could see this conversation coming up with coaches behind closed doors. No question. I coach, right? My mask sometimes
it ticks me off.
Sometimes it bothers me when I'm trying to communicate with guys because it gets muffled at times. But these seem like things that you figure out behind closed doors. You shouldn't be talking to the media about.
Exactly.
But again, like, I don't know how focused on that comment we should be.
Because that's not one comment. It's
no. It's been the money thing is ridiculous to me. That was the most ridiculous comment ever.
The way he's hired people, the way he got rid of Lane Kiffin, the people that he constantly brings in. I'm not going to say he's Daniel Snyder and having like nudie pics of the cheerleaders sent to him because he's such a perv. Daniel Snyder should be fired from the National Football League. I know he's an owner, but right now all the owners need to say, Daniel Snyder, get your keister out. We're going to talk about that on the other side because the sickest man in sports right now happens to be Daniel Snyder. I always thought it was James Dolan, but Daniel, you have taken the cake. Again, I love Nick Saban. I respect Nick Saban. I'm just telling you right now, you've made your money, and I think time has passed you by because you obviously don't understand that we're in a global pandemic, and you obviously don't understand that you can't say you don't care about 560 people when they're on your campus because they are not one of your football players. It makes you shallow. It makes you small. It makes you look like a-hole. We'll be right back, though. Remember, Chad Gatlin, MemphisFarmers.com. I can promise you he ain't an a-hole. He's the classiest dude I've ever met. In fact, my wife, this is a serious conversation. Me and Honey don't usually talk about, like, she runs the money situation. I ain't going to lie to you because, I will go gamble it. So everything goes to her. Now, she basically said, why is your insurance, and I have a nice car. She has it's not as nice as mine, let's just say. I like my car. She drives her car. For some reason, her insurance was $377 a month. Did not have $300,000. I have the full package. She was paying $377. Mine was like $220. I'm like, why are you paying $377 on that car when mine's only, you know what I mean? So if you want somebody with class, dude, save some money on your car, your auto, your home, your life, and go to MemphisFarmers.com. See my friend Chad Gatlin, because I'm going to tell you right now, Memphis Farmers, the power of farmers, a Memphis man, and when you actually have an agent, you don't just go online and get somebody. And yes, if you go to MemphisFarmers.com, that's his website. You will get him, not just farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. 901-235-1176. That's 901-235-1176. He saved my wife this morning $188 a month. How cool is that? And guess what? Better coverage and a lower deductible by $500. She had a $1,000 deductible. She got it lowered to $500 and saves basically almost $190 a month. That's what I'm talking about. Chad Gatlin, 901-235-1176, or just go to MemphisFarmers.com. When we come back, we got to talk about, let's get into, who was the guy that was a bigger jerk than my man? Who was the guy that you would call a bigger, than Nick Saban? Oh, you don't remember. Oh, well, then all y'all better come back at Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
It's Mattress Firm's Labor Day sale. Hurry in and save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $699 or more. And save up to 50% on select mattresses from our top-rated brands, like Sealy and more. Shop in-store, online, or by phone today. Don't wait. Only at Mattress Firm's Labor Day sale. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. Valid at participating locations only. Some products only available online. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
Farmers Insurance knows that when you're in the car and that song comes on, yes, that's the one, you have no choice but to pull out your imaginary drumsticks and smash those cymbals and stomp on that kick pedal, which unfortunately is the accelerator pedal. And we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent who knows a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at MemphisFarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Hey, everybody. These new Chevy Open Road deals are spot on for fall right here in Olive Branch at All Star Chevrolet. And I'm telling you, you could save thousands of dollars and get that new Chevy you want today. Blazers, Equinox, Impalas, Camaros. Get an all-new Corvette. Treat yourself. And more all-new 2021 Tahoes are on the way. Come pick out the one you want before it even gets here. And I'm looking at more new Silverados than you'll find anywhere. Come drive one. Drive them all. And don't forget to check out the certified pre-owned Chevys. If you don't find exactly what you want, tell them here at All-Star and they will find it and get it here fast with the best financing for everyone. Remember, it's not the Pike, not Collierville, not South Haven or Mount Moriah. It's got gotta be Olive Branch, people. And everybody at All-Star Chevrolet has one job: to make sure you get a better deal, have more fun, and in record time. So find new roads to Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet, or go check them out online at allstarautogroup.com.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Thick and thin, I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
I scare my boys sometimes. That's my good buddy Gabe Kuhn bringing us in on his little Sports 56 happy hour. I am your good buddy Johnny Radio. Am I fired up today? You're dead gum right. I'm fired up because we got stuff that's going on in this country that's very important. I mean, we got MLB, a no-hitter. I'm going to talk about Doc Rivers. Nate McMillan's lost his job. They're trying to target Mike D'Antoni. Does Mike D'Antoni look like a great fit for Indiana? Like, I don't know how to say this, but no. Like, at least in my opinion. We're going to talk about all kinds of things. I'm going to play the Doc Rivers audio at 2 o'clock. I'm going to talk about what Dominic Foxworthy talked about. And then I'm going to go into, of course, some baseball. Because we have the person I think that's going to win the AL Rookie of the Year. I bet nobody can text me his name. I'll even tell you he plays for Seattle. And I still don't think you can text me his name. 67129. Text me the AL Rookie of the Year. Bet you can't do it. 67129. I also think Marcus Morris stepped on Luka's ankle on purpose last night. We got to talk about that. We got games going down. Day baseball all day long, all day strong. We got too many thousand things to get into, but I got to bring this up right this second. Daniel Snyder. And by the way, I hope Alabama and SEC fans understand, I am warning Nick Saban that it is your time. You're an old man. You are a champion. You are the greatest coach. But if you keep staying around, you're going to end up, people are going to get sick of it, and they're going to come and get you. And I just don't understand because he stands up there in front of the media and answers all these questions, and he does them with such a lack of empathy. Eventually, people are going to catch on to that. He's 68 years old, and he's made more money in the history of college football. It's time for you to bounce, my man. Now, another person that has to bounce, in my opinion, and it's not even a question, Daniel Snyder. Did you hear what he did? Did you hear it, Gabe?
Yeah, I sure did.
So did you see the video clip?
I didn't see the video clip. What video clip? There's a what?
Yes.
Of what?
Well, we don't get to see the whole thing. They just show a snippet of it.
I'm good. What video clip could this possibly be?
Well, no, you would actually want to watch it because it's the swimsuit calendar for the Washington Redskins in 2008. So you know the Washington Redskins, they do like a bikini. They were doing it in 2008. They did a bikini calendar. Okay, you know that, right?
Cheerleaders tend to do that.
Yes, they do that. Well, there was a bunch of, like when the cameras are rolling and ladies are taking their bathing suits on and off, you might catch a cheerleader naked here and there, right?
Yeah.
Did you know Daniel Snyder, he wanted all the video? He wanted to see the nudes, the partial nudes. He wanted to see his cheerleading squad naked. This is not a joke. How the heck does he still have a job? He's trying to change the name to Savas Keister. We've already heard about how many women were sexually
harassed.
Harassed. Thank you. I was looking for it because they weren't abused. Sexually harassed while working for Washington, and he's got NDAs going out at the wazoo. And then homie has a complete video that he requested from the people who are doing all the shooting. Send me all the nudes of your cheerleaders. And this is now a written fact. They're talking about it. It's really happened, and it's disgusting. Daniel Snyder, you got to get out of Washington. But whatever you do, you don't need to get off of Sports 56, 96.1, or 87.7 FM.
It's Mattress Firm's Labor Day sale. Hurry in and save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 or more. And save up to 50% on select mattresses from our top-rated brands, like Sealy and more. Shop in-store, online, or by phone today. Don't wait. Only at Mattress Firm's Labor Day sale. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. Valid at participating locations only. Some products only available online. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs. Call Civic Tax Relief for free information now. 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908.
So are you the type of guy that wants to look put together but doesn't want to spend hours shopping? I hear you. This is why there's Stitch Fix, your personal styling service that delivers hand-picked clothes right to you. Stitch Fix is simple and convenient. Sign up in just a few minutes. Try new styles in the comfort of your own home. And there's no subscription required ever. So, isn't it time to refresh your look? Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, personal styling for everybody.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together, so the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
We are Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. As well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, tell Google or Alexa to play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Welcome back into hour number 2 on a very beautiful hump day at Johnny Radio's Happy Hour on Sports 56. I got my great friend Gabe Kuhn at G_Kuhn71, making sure I don't just completely fall off the rails, keeping me a little bit in line. Y'all know at 67129 you can text me. Right now, all y'all think I'm crazy, but I'm going to tell you something. Crazy is crazy does. I don't even know what that means. But anyway, I might be nuts. But let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you the facts of what is going on, and we are going to talk about baseball, and we are going to talk a little facts. And then I'm going to play a little Doc Rivers for you, tell you what Dominique Foxworthy said. We're going to talk about the Raptors game. So we have a whole lot to do. So I want to get into this right now. First and foremost, did anybody out there, did they watch baseball last night?
I did.
Lucas Giolito, did you see what he did?
No.
No hitter. He is now in history. Do you know that he's not just in history, but he had 13 strikeouts in his no hitter? Do you know what that is? Most in Major League Baseball history. Shocking, huh?
It is.
Especially with Shane
Definitely.
Bieber, who only threw 8 innings and had 14 strikeouts.
Did you see how many pitches he ended with?
Well, I can't remember. It was like 101. 101.
Flat.
I said 100. Was it 100 or 101?
100 flat. 100 flat pitches.
Why did I think 101?
I don't know.
101
it's close
Dalmatians.
enough.
Oh, it's 101 Dalmatians. I love
100
dogs.
flat pitches, which shows you what you need to know about that no-hitter.
But
The
the best
struggle
part about
struggle was not there.
The best part about it was not just the 13 Ks and 100 pitches, because when you strike out 13 people over 9 innings and you throw a no-no, you're doing something great. But do you know what else he did that's shocking that he only threw 100 pitches? Did you know he tied Nolan Ryan for the most in a ball game? 30 swings and misses. Did you know that? Pro baseball players, when they swing a baseball bat, they might whiff here once in a while, but they usually get a piece of it, foul it off. Yes, they'll strike out. 30 swings and complete misses in one game in pro baseball. You can say it's against the Pirates and they're not a real baseball team. Don't give me that crap. I don't want to hear it. I know that I already saw one person on Twitter going, well, if you're going to throw a no-no, you're going to throw it against the Pirates. They stink. Come on, dude. Pirates are playing the White Sox today. Yes, they're losing 4-0. But, dude, they're pro baseball players. And I will say another thing. White Sox, Jose Abreu, Yan Moncada. By the way, Eloy Jimenez actually hurt his ankle in the celebration. You got to chill out on the celebration side a little bit. Don't be jumping up and down. Edwin Encarnacion stepped on his ankle as they were jumping up and down. I think Eloy is going to be okay. But they're balling. They're straight up balling. And he threw a no-hitter. 30 swings and misses. 13 Ks. Lucas Giolito. And I'm going to ask you very simply. Mr. Gabe Kuhn. Do you think, are the White Sox a team that you should be scared of if they make the postseason? We watched Jose Abreu hit, 4 home runs in 4 days? Or was it 3 home runs in 3 days? 4 home runs in 3 days. Which one was it? Was that Jose Abreu, first baseman for the White Sox? Oh, dude, he's so good.
Was it against the Cubs?
It was last weekend, dude.
I thought he had 6 home runs in 3 days.
It might have. No, I think it was 4 in 3 days.
No,
Look it up, dude.
it was more than that,
man.
I'm
Right.
dead serious.
I can't remember. To be honest with you, Abreu, like I love Jose Abreu. I've had him for years on my fantasy team for many years. They'd go take a Rizzo. They'd go take this guy, whatever. I could get Jose Abreu so late it's not even funny. But I look at the
it was 6-3.
6-3
against in the Cubs series.
Holy
6-3 games.
All right, 6-3. Wowzers again. But Jose Abreu isn't just the only person that's on that team that's a baller shot caller. And here's what I want to ask you: 18-12. Minnesota at 20-11. Minnesota started off just balling, and they've still been balling. They've gone 7-3 in their last 10. The Indians have gone 7-3 in their last 10. The White Sox, though, have gone 8-2. They're playing like the Tampa Bay Rays. They're playing like basically the LA Dodgers, who are just smoking it on the West Coast. The only thing that the Padres can do is try their best to hang on, even though they got Manny Machado and the greatest player that I love watching, Mr. Fernando Tatis. I love him. But baseball right now, if you're paying any attention, it is so much fun. You have the Atlanta Braves, who are 16-12 over in the National League East. The Marlins, who had this huge COVID-19 issue, I'm like, get rid of them. Marlins are 14-11, half a game behind the Braves. The Phillies, how in the heck are they 11-14? You got the best catcher in baseball in JT. You got one of the best outfielders in Bryce. You got, dude, Rhys Hoskins. Listen, I don't know what happened to Rhys Hoskins. Do you remember when he was actually a good first baseman? Like, what happened to him?
Has he hit a bomb yet this year?
Dude, he hit his first bomb, I think, the other day.
Very recently.
Dude, listen.
Because that's the thing. Is like his power, 2 home runs this year.
2 home runs.
And you're talking about a guy who in the past, it's like, what?
Dude, he's batting .225.
That's a guy.
He has 2 home runs and 9 RBIs.
It's the guy who had 29 last year.
Dude, it's so sad.
No, he's got 2
but a couple years ago he had 40. Remember?
Yeah, of course.
So he's gone completely
Well,
down.
I think what's been happening with them, and they got a new manager too. I think it's just underachieving completely. Like a lot of their guys are just completely underachieving.
Let's be real. Like Aaron Nola's a good starter. Philly's bullpen is just pathetic. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you're a baseball fan, the Dodgers, they are running away with it if it wasn't for the San Diego Padres fighting their dead gum tail. And right now, the Padres are one of my favorite teams to watch. Like, how can you not like Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr., the passion that they play with? They've gone 7-3. By the way, their run differential is plus 23 this year. They play good defense. I like the Padres. When you look at the Cardinals, did I not say cut them out like cancer? They're only 3. Like, realistically, I know it's a shortened season, but they're only 3 games behind the Cubs. I'm not saying that they're going to do it, but they could. You don't know. Waino's looking good this year. There's a lot of guys who are playing good. Even little Edmonds is hitting the ball. Tommy's playing third, second, short, left field. They're trying to mix and match. They're trying to fight COVID, but they're doing it. But what I'm trying to tell you is, baseball, for all those people out there, yes, we talk about the bubble. But do you know who's first place in the National League East? Probably not. You think it's Aaron Judge? He ain't playing right now. You think it's probably DJ LeMahieu? Oh, he ain't playing right now. You think it's Aroldis Chapman? He pitched 1 inning so far this season. Oh, no, I'm talking about the New York Yankees, if you didn't know they all played for New York. The Yankees, the team that started off hotter than anybody in the world. Remember how many games the Yankees won? They beat the Red Sox brains out. Do you know they're not winning their division? That's right. Tampa Bay Rays are winning it at 20-11. 20-11. And do you know who has the second highest winning percentage in all of American League? Minnesota Twins and then Tampa Bay Rays. You know who's leading the entire American League in winning percentage? The 21-10 Oakland Athletics. Now, because they're in the AL West, the fact that they're beating the Houston Astros just makes me smile. Makes me feel karma-esque. It makes me love life. But what I'm basically trying to tell you is, if you're a baseball fan, please do me a favor. Jump on the wagon. Look at what's going down and see what it is, because baseball has never been as fun as it is right now. And there's a guy out there. I'm going to ask if you know who Kyle Lewis is. Do you?
Me?
Yes, you.
No, I do not know who Kyle Lewis is.
All right. Do you know Luis Roberts?
A quote. Okay, Robert is, I thought, how you say his last name.
I don't know. I don't think it is, actually. Is it Robert?
Yeah, I believe it's Luis Robert. I don't know.
Dude, it's
but yes, I know who he is.
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, there's no S. I just
Kyle
do that
Lewis
all
plays
time.
for the Mariners, huh?
By the way, if you don't know, I don't know if I've ever told you. You know, I listen to the radio while I watch TV. I can't stand listening to the announcers. It drives me bananas. But I will tell you this. Kyle Lewis is the best player in the American League. He's going to win the Rookie of the Year. And I don't think there's a damn person, because he plays in Seattle, who knows anything about him. And when I say he's fun to watch, brother, let me tell you something. There's not a lot of fun things to watch. But, dude, do you know what he's doing right now? I'm going to freak you out when I tell you this. He has an OPS over 1,000 in his rookie year. He has a on-base percentage, which is the number one, not in the American League. It's number one in the big leagues. 456 on-base percentage. He's got a 368 batting average, which is second in the American League. And then, do you know how many homers he has? 7. And you're thinking to yourself, well, that's not the most in majors. Nope. But it's the same as Joey Gallo, Bryce Harper, Nolan Arenado. Do you think of those guys as big boppers? Because I know I do. My man Kyle Lewis is balling right now, and nobody's talking about him. And by the way, have you seen him play some defense? Dude is awesome. He's also picked up 7 walks, and this is my favorite thing about him. Do you know how many times he struck out this year?
I do not.
Only 2 times more than me and you. Twice all season long. He has the record right now as the least strikeouts per at bat in all of baseball. This is something that makes you think of Tony Gwynn back in the day. But Tony Gwynn didn't pop out 7 bombs that early. He has 2 strikeouts, 7 walks, the highest on-base percentage, a 368 batting average. Kyle Lewis. Yeah, he plays in Seattle, yo. And I'm going to tell you right now, he will be. And the only other person that even has a chance, I was thinking of, what do you say, Robert? And I usually say A-Bear. And that's to call him Robert. Luis Robert.
There you go.
And he's also a White Sox, by the way. Luis Robert. I knew he was a White Sox. I know what he plays.
White Sox, seriously, quickly becoming one of the better young teams in the MLB in general. I mean, seriously, that lineup is stacked.
The pitching staff ain't bad.
Yeah, Giolito last night with the no, but he's shown inconsistencies in his career. I mean, it's not like he's still young, though.
I'm not trying to be. I just want you to think about this. You love Lucas Giolito is going to be that star. He just threw a new no-hitter last night. Had the Nolan Ryan 30 swing and misses, broke the record for the most strikeouts in a no-hitter with 13. Giolito is doing it. But they also have a guy named Dallas Keuchel. You remember him from back in the day?
Yeah, not even from back in the day.
Dude, yes, they still have him. By the way, did you know who else is on their team? Edwin Encarnacion. Dude can still rake. They have Eloy Jimenez. Tim Anderson at shortstop. Second base, Jan Moncada. You have Luis Robert over in center field. This is a full-grown team. And then you have Jose Abreu. Listen, I know that people in Chicago, especially Eli's going to get mad. I will take, at this moment, or even a couple years ago, I think Jose Abreu is a better complete first baseman than Anthony Rizzo. Look at the numbers, yo. Every year, 30 and 300, 30 and 300 and 100, 30 and 300 and 100, 30 and 300 and 100. Yeah, Rizzo will go up there, get a lot of walks, get hit a lot. Rizzo's a great first baseman, and he plays for the Cubs, so he gets a lot more love. I will take him any day and all day, every day. Yasmani Grandal, even at center field. Hell, do you know Nomar Mazara can't even get on the damn field? I know he's been a little bit injured, but I like this team. They're a young team, and if you start watching a little bit of baseball, you'll go crazy. Now, I do want to remind you of this. Kyle Lewis is trailing only Charlie Blackmon in baseball in batting average. DJ LeMahieu, who is injured and is batting .411, he's been out for a while. He's been out for 10 days already. If he doesn't come back soon, I don't know if we're going to be able to, he's got to come back soon. He might end up hitting over 400. But if he don't get back soon and start playing some baseball, he's not going to have enough ABs. He's not going to have enough games, and it's going to be either Blackmon or Kyle Lewis, a true rookie in Seattle who's going to win the batting title, I think. That's how crazy it is. But I also have to say, Yu Darvish has come back. He's got 5 wins. And can you believe it? Lance Lynn is also one of the best pitchers in baseball. And then I told you about Lucas Giolito and his no-no. Dallas Keuchel's got 4 wins. But do you know who the best pitcher in baseball is right now? Justin Bieber's brother, Shane. Shane Bieber won again last night.
For those that take him too seriously, no, he's not Justin Bieber's brother. But they do have the same last name.
They had the same last name, and they tweet one day jokingly. Did you see where Shane Bieber Justin Bieber said, "Yeah, that's my brother who's pitching," kind of jokingly. I'm a music star, my brother's a pitcher, and it was really cute. It was kind of funny, but no, they aren't. Now, he's a baller. Fernando Tatis, by the way, wow, 12 home runs. But did you see Nelson Cruz hit another one? 11 the other day. He's 40 years old. He's still raking for Minnesota. I love what's going on. Mookie Betts has 11. Jose Abreu has 11. It's just been a great year. I think I'm having fun. But the one thing that I'm going to tell you that's really going to mess up your head, I bet y'all couldn't tell me who's leading baseball in saves to save your damn life. Liam Hendricks for Oakland has 9 damn saves. Think about that. Nobody thought of Oakland this year. They are flat out balling, shot calling, and they're doing it with pitching. They're doing it with defense and a couple bombs here and there because they don't put a lot of hits together. It's like Connell Jack one. Dude, it's a very interesting ball game. So I'm loving baseball. I'm going to keep it going. And whatever you're doing, make sure you're paying attention. And the other thing I was going to say, also, Trevor Story's having a hell of a year for Colorado. Dude's stealing bases. Dude's hitting home runs. Dude's hitting for average. He's tearing it up. And everybody always talks about Mike Trout as a complete year. Dude, there might be 2 guys, and it's not Nolan Arenado. It could be Charlie Blackmon and also Trevor Story. They might be having the best years in the National League when it comes to position playing. But now, I got to tell you something. It's time for me to switch something up. We might not have a Celtics-Raptors game because of what happened with Jacob Blake, and I understand it completely. But I want to know if they boycott Game 1 tomorrow to draw attention, how do you feel? But first, I want you to hear Doc Rivers, and then tell me realistically, if you can listen to this, and you think that this is okay, or if you aren't moved by his words, then I don't know what to say to you.
It's just so sad. What stands out to me is just watching the Republican convention, and they're spewing this fear, right? Like, all you hear is Donald Trump and all of them talking about fear. We're the ones getting killed. We're the ones getting shot. We're the ones that were denied to live in certain communities. We've been hung, we've been shot, and all you do is keep hearing about fear. It's amazing to me why we keep loving this country, and this country does not love us back.
Hearing that, I'm not going to lie to you. I broke down. Again, I'm going to tell you this, and I've told you all this 1,000 times. Donald Trump, I'm not his buddy. The Republican Party has been the last couple of nights trying to string a whole lot of fear. And again, we watched Jacob Blake, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. We've watched all these people pass. We've heard LeBron James speak about it in the bubble. George Hill, why are we here? Again, that one was kind of like, but the fact that the Raptors and Celtics are talking together about boycotting Game 1 tomorrow night, this is real. People won't change. And again, I'm also going to tell you this. I'm not telling you to vote for anybody. I'm just telling you that America deserves better than both of these a-holes right now. As the Republican Party and Donald Trump are spewing fear and hate, it is an unequivocal fact during the 1980s and 1990s. Nobody put more people in jail than Joe Biden. His criminal justice reforms in the 80s and 90s put in minimum mandatory. Like if you 3 strikes, you're out. 3 strikes, you're out. Also, he's the one who implemented, because it was a case-by-case basis, and judges used to decide, and attorneys used to decide, and they'd have a trial. Then he put in mandatory minimums. Who put in mandatory minimums? Joe Biden. So, again, this is what bothers me as being an American and independent. I look at both sides and my heart's broken because I see a fearmonger, and then I see a dude who's actually just, I feel like, a liar because his policies don't represent what he says on television. You literally have put more Americans in jail than any other person in human history. And then Donald Trump's been sued more than anybody in human history. And he basically preaches fear. And I'm going to tell you something. We have a problem when we see Jacob Blake and George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. And we can continue to go on. And these people getting killed. And when you see somebody like Doc Rivers, who's done so much for his life, his country, and he loves America, to just at the very end say, we love this country. But when is this country going to love us back? And I know what he's saying because I had a great conversation with a really good friend of mine last night. And he basically said, you know, John, it would just be nice to be able to be seen as a man, not as a black man, not as a man that immediately when the cops come up, they think criminal element. They think, oh, what's he doing? And again, I'm going to tell you something. My man Dylan goes in there and blows up a bunch of people in church. They take him to Burger King. But this young kid, Jacob, gets shot in the back. I'm bringing this up because I don't like getting political. I'm not trying to get political. I'm not even getting political. I'm not endorsing Joe Biden or Donald Trump. I'm saying, dadgummit, why can't we get some? Let me run. I'll do a better job. I can promise you that. What I'm saying is I want people to be looked at again, and why do we have to go back to Martin Luther King, which is so long ago? For the content of their character, not the color of their skin. And right now, America is hurting. And Dominique Foxworthy said something today that brought me to tears. This is a guy who played in professional football. This is a guy who's on ESPN. And do you know what he said today, Gabe? I can't believe he said this. He said it's sad. And he admitted it. He said, sometimes I hate to say this, I just wish I could wake up one day and be white. So I didn't have to fear that my kids were going to get killed, or I could be treated fairly, or yada, yada, yada. And if y'all don't understand, and I'm talking about every person that's listening to me, black, brown, blue, green, yellow, we do have a problem in this country. We don't treat people fair, and I've said 1,000 times, the world is not fair. But damn it, it's got to be fairer than what it is. And people shouldn't be put to death for not listening. And the Raptors and Celtics, if they boycott Game 1 tomorrow, I think that is going to be a big deal. Now, I'm going to talk about the Mets, and we're going to have fun in Hardwood. But I will tell you, right now, unequivocally, people, please just show a little empathy in your heart. And you know, the Luka Doncic, Montrezl Harrell thing, if that doesn't just kind of show you a little bit of like two different sides, like you had people wanting to go crazy on Montrezl Harrell. Luka Doncic didn't care because he was called a white boy. By the way, just so you know, again, being called a white boy is not a slur. Now, being called a BA is a slur. But, dude, when you play sports, do you not talk smack? That's the reason we love Snoop down at Mississippi State. That's why we love Deion Sanders prime time. We love guys who talk smack. Right now, though, smack doesn't need to be talked, and people need to sit down and have conversations. And I will say one thing: Roger Goodell, who sat down with, what's my man's name? He has a twin brother, and they do that.
McCourty's.
Yes, thank you. Sat down. No. Acho. I can't ever remember which one, because there's Sam and there's
Sam and Emmanuel.
I think it's Emmanuel Acho. Emmanuel Acho did. He sat down with Roger Goodell, and they had this open discussion in this conversation. Roger Goodell came out and said that he wishes he listened to Colin Kaepernick years ago. I'm just asking you to do me a favor. Just wake up and change today and see and have empathy and sympathy in your heart. And that way you don't have to 2 years from now wish that you were different. Hey, we're all people. We all love sports. And that's all we want to get back to. I don't want to come on the air and talk about these type of things. I want to talk about the Raptors and Celtics playing tomorrow. I want to talk about Lucas Giolito. I want to talk about the signing of Cam Phillips. There's so many things I want to talk about. So let's get back to that. And also I want to say, Daniel Snyder, you're a nasty man. But hey, we'll be back with Hardwood. Never forget, MemphisFarmers.com, my friend Chad Gatlin. That's MemphisFarmers.com, my good buddy Chad Gatlin. Sports 56, Hardwood's next on 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
All 75 months at 2.99 APR, G4 LHFO 7857, Outlander LUO 29538, Eclipse LZO 15617, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 59875, excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through the end of the month. Dealer stock only.
It's time to fully charge your summer with great savings from Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. You'll find 0% APR for 60 months, plus $500 cash back. Drive your ambition in a new 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, $139 a month, or buy for $12,435, 41 MPG Highway. 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport is ready for any adventure at $229 a month, or buy for $18,573. And cross over to summer in a 2020 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, $19,107 or $229 a month, backed by a stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Mirage G4, $139 a month, Outlander Sport, $229 a month, and Eclipse Cross, $229 a month. Get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Progressive presents The Sounds of the Old World.
The year is 2019, and someone is getting up to use the bathroom at the stadium.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, sorry. Excuse me? Mind if I just squeeze by here?
This has been The Sounds of the Old World.
Brought to you by Progressive, where drivers can still switch and save like it's 2019.
Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This message is for anyone looking for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance, even if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or taking anxiety meds. Here's an example. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe overweight with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost about $200 a month. We're Term Provider, experts in finding affordable term life insurance for those that may not be in perfect health. If you've had prostate cancer, heart conditions, high cholesterol, or on prescription medications, you may still qualify for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance. Get a quick quote by calling Term Provider at 800-444-9336, 800-444-9336. If you're looking for term life insurance but have type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, or have other health issues, call Term Provider at 800-444-9336 or visit termprovider.com, termprovider.com.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour
Kick it over here. Kick it.
on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Gold and shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train. You know you about to wind up there.
you don't head back to Tennessee jail. Man, I love Tennessee, baby. Vols, by the way, 25,000 fans will be up in their stadiums rocking and rolling during this season. Jeremy Pruitt's boys are fired up for this year, I can tell you that. Now, we got SEC football going down, but I do have to say, before we get to my favorite segment, Hardwood, we got a little bit of news to right now here at the top to break out because it just happened. And again, welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio and Gabe Kuhn. But Gabe Kuhn, I need you to do me a favor. Break it down
I'll
for
go
us.
ahead and break it down for you. We know that Collierville High School was closed off to the media this past weekend. There was articles about it. There was a lot of people in the media that were very angry. But this was as of 2:06 today. It looks like Collierville High School has canceled their next, not even postponed, canceled their next two football games against Milan and Munford. Milan was on the 28th of this month, so here in 2 days, and Munford was supposed to be on September 4th. They have canceled those because they have received a notification that there is at least two confirmed cases of COVID-19 on their football team, and this was traced directly back to their varsity football team. So again, Collierville High School, next two varsity football games are canceled against Milan and Munford.
That is just also sad news because, again, I'm going to tell you one thing. As much as I feel for everybody that's a professional athlete, as much as I love sports, it's the young men that play high school football that I care about the most, or high school basketball.
But I will say this right now. This is an excuse for those same people in the media to make Collierville eat crow. To be completely frank with you, I think this is going to be an opportunity.
I mean, it wouldn't have made a difference.
I'm not trying to say. I'm not trying to say.
I'm not trying to.
No. I'm not trying. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to say that by the fact that you're insinuating. I'm trying to say that. No, but I'm telling you right now that there's going to be a reaction. I guarantee it.
I'll tell you one thing. If Jeff Calkins thinks that he's better, or Mr. Fleischer thinks, if I was there, they wouldn't have had two cases.
That's not what they'll say.
No, what I'm just
they'll
saying.
They'll say this is why we wanted to be there. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
How can I ask you a question? And I just want to ask you, they're not a damn doctor. They're a media member. In fact, they could have been asymptomatic and given the daggum people. Again, I brought this up. I had Ron Tillery. I had the professor of the University of Memphis. Do you know that public schools are only public when they mean that you don't get money? Go to a public school and try to get your butt on that campus. And I'm going to tell you again, in 1949, the Supreme Court ruled kids are not covered the way that adults are. Covering a kid's high school football game, you have to get permission. So any news journalist that comes out and sits there and says, this is why. Dude, no, Collierville, if you realize, they had one football game. And then you know what they did after they had two cases? They canceled for 2 weeks because they're looking after their children, and that's what they're supposed to do. It's not always about the media, people. It's never about the media.
I know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this. Don't be surprised if you hear things.
And you know what I'll say?
I'm just saying.
Those people are full of crap. That's all I'm going to say. They're just full of crap because that's all it is. So when Alabama got 560 cases, is it Nick Saban or the media's fault?
Not at all.
What about the fact that Oklahoma had 9 cases this week, or Texas Tech had 21 cases this week, or I can bring up North Carolina, all these places, or Jerry Falwell. Maybe if the media was there, he wouldn't be doing like lift thrust with a bunch of girls. Listen, we have got to be realistic about certain things. If you want to be a media person and get your butt hurt because you couldn't get in a game, that's your damn problem. But let me tell you something. No person on planet Earth has a right to be at a high school game that they are not approved to be at. If they don't pay for a ticket, if they are not allowed in, and if their board or municipality comes out and says that these people are not welcome, again, that is actually Supreme Court protected. So go back up and look up the law, people. That's annoying as hell. Now, sorry about that. I just had to go off because guess what? It is time for me to get to my favorite thing in the world, and that is Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
But I will tell you, I don't get to do it with 901-867-0303. That's 901-867-0303. And who is that? Brian Elder Roofing Solution. They are kind, they are confident, and I'll tell you one thing. When your roof is messed up, or if your roof is messed up, that can be scary as all bleak because that can ruin your entire house. Water damage destroys everything. Make sure you take care of the top because if you don't take care of your roof, everything else is going to be screwed, and I can promise you that. 901-867-0303. That's 901-867-0303. Call Brian Elder Roofing, commercial, residential. They are the best. And check them out at brianelderroofing.com. Now, I got to tell you something to make you laugh. Daniel Snyder is a dirty old man. Having naked pictures of his cheerleaders sent to him in 2008? Are you kidding me? That's embarrassing, isn't it? But what's more embarrassing? Being the father of the balls and having both your kids giving you the finger? Because guess what? LaMelo said today, Big Baller Brand, thumbs down. Puma, come to my crib and pay me some
How do you
cash.
think LeVar is sitting in a dark corner? Hello, darkness, my old friend.
No, he's sitting with the one brother that sucks.
LiAngelo?
LiAngelo.
Let's not say he sucks.
Let's be real, he does. I mean, come on, stop it.
No, but that's crazy, man. We're talking
LiAngelo's
about a
got
couple
no
years
talent.
ago when Lonzo was all Big Baller Brand.
Big Baller.
And then
Big Baller.
I think the Suns have realized that he was trying to capitalize on them.
Yup. And let me tell you a little secret. Big Baller Brand is about to be bankrupt brand.
Puma, let's see. Who does Puma have? Let me look this up.
Bankrupt brand.
Let me go ahead and look this up. Puma
Dude, I think they have
basketball
DeMarcus
athletes.
Cousins.
They have like Marvin Bagley, I think, and let's see here.
They have DeMarcus Cousins, don't they?
They have D. Cousins,
They have
Rudy
DeAndre
Gay,
Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, dude, this is all
Danny
all
Green,
off my memory.
Terry Rozier, Michael Porter Jr. They got some young guys.
Dude, I'm on fire, brother.
You think Puma's going to be an up and coming little basketball shoe brand? What do you think's going to happen with them? Do you think their brand's going to be nice, or is it just sort of?
You ever wore Pumas?
No, never in my life.
See,
You probably used to have Pumas.
Yeah, I had
yeah,
Pumas.
you look like a Puma guy.
I had fake Converse. I had Pumas because they were cheap.
Fake Converse?
And
The real Converse aren't even that expensive.
Dude, when I was a kid, we had the fake ones. They were even worse, trust me. And do you remember, I don't even know if you know, we used to have these things called Ruse.
Ruse?
Yeah, they were like Walter Payton's.
Oh, are they like the, Ruse?
Yes, dude. It's like, they had a kangaroo on it.
No, I'm not thinking
dude,
the same
you're too
thing.
young. You're
Yeah.
too young. You're too young.
You ever heard of Fubu?
Yeah, I know.
I used to have some Fubu shoes when I was a
Wait,
when I was
Fubu
a kid.
shoes?
Yeah, they used to have shoes.
Oh, I thought, never mind. You don't want to ask.
My dad used to my dad never bought me good shoes because I was a growing kid, right? So it's like he wouldn't buy me good shoes. We'd go to Shoe Carnival and spin the wheel. He'd just buy me whatever the cheapest thing on the wall was.
Fubu, I thought was kind of like the BBC when I would talk with the British Broadcast Company, and then my buddy CJ would look at me crazy.
What about?
And I'd be like, you don't know the British Broadcast Company? See, I thought Fubu was similar to the way CJ would look at me.
Oh, you thought I was speaking in code?
Yes.
No, I was not.
I thought you were speaking in code, kind of whatever,
No,
like
sir.
LOL,
No, sir.
laugh out loud, like that type of thing. So
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, but no, I was not.
Woo-wee. That is by the way, that is very funny. I told y'all that Kyle Lewis is a baller. I told y'all about Lucas Giolito. I've made fun of Nick Saban and how basically any person who after practice goes up there and says, I hate these damn masks. I can't yell at my players without it being muffled. Well, here's also something that is embarrassing. Could you imagine being the Mets right now? They're on their way to getting swept in Tuesday's doubleheader, except for, not the Mets. I'm saying, could you imagine? I apologize. I'm sorry. Mets did this. This was one of the greatest. This is probably, in all honesty, let's be real, one of the funniest things I've ever seen in baseball. Because how many people have you ever seen in baseball history? And I tried to look it up, and I Googled it, and it just doesn't show. But a guy who gets walked to first, steals second, steals third, and then he steals home. Think about that.
Did you ever do that when you played ball?
Hell no. I never did. I don't know anybody that ever did that, honestly.
Wait, when you say steals home, was this on a wild pitch?
The catcher here, I'm going to tell you, no. This was
Couldn't find the ball.
I'm going to tell you the whole situation. So Jerry's Familia was on the hill. And the catcher at the time, I can't remember. I got to look this one up. The catcher at the time, that's going to drive me crazy. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Point is, my dude steals every single base, all right? And it's John Beretti. He steals home. And what I'm saying is they're in the second game. They're looking horrible. They're getting smoked. I mean, the Mets, again, were about to have another embarrassing a very embarrassing day. And Beretti, he steals second, steals third, and then he's sitting there chilling. And Sanchez, throws the ball back to, somebody. And next thing you know, Beretti takes off and steals home. You let the first run cross the plate in the Miami Marlins in the Mets game because you are being completely blind to the simple situation that, this is just, I don't even know what to say, man. Like, I've never seen that in baseball.
It's like Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
I was thinking about that, and I remember like back in the day, they'd show old black and white things of Jackie Robinson and him stealing home or something like that. No, this was just. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I think I had this back. Marlin, the reason Jerry's Familia was on the thing, was I saying the Mets? Okay, Miami is paying the Mets. The Mets won game 1, right? That's embarrassing as can be. You have the lead in that league. You're the Marlins. Beretti is your leadoff hitter. He gets walked. He steals second. He steals third. They throw the ball back to Jerry's Familia, and the dude just takes off home. And then Familia turns around, and he makes a horrible throw to home. And the dude was stealing home. He even stumbled and tripped and fell, so it made it even more embarrassing because he was basically crawling home by the time he got there. This wasn't a smooth steal is what I'm saying. This was like a bear crawl from your football game. And he makes it in, and the Marlins come back, and they win this junt. And I'm just like, wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry, that's embarrassing. Now, the other thing I got to say, Marcus Morris. Do you believe he stepped on Luca's foot on purpose?
I don't have a strong take on it. It certainly looked like it was.
Sure as hell
it looked like it. I don't want to have a strong take. I don't want to. I don't like accusing people of things.
All right, hold on. He talks more smack than anybody. Even now, we can admit this.
But do you want to accuse him of trying to intentionally hurt somebody?
I do.
Okay.
Because I believe he did. I believe unequivocally he is an enforcer for
and
that
he
team.
would certainly be the guy that would probably do that on that team.
He's the enforcer. He's the a-hole. He's the jerk. It's not like he's got skills anymore. That's his brother.
And not to mention, why did Porzingis get ejected in Game 1 is because
Mr.
Marcus Morris walked up on Luka.
By the way, again, who's the instigator of that team, man?
Marcus Morris.
Basically what I'm trying to say is, unequivocally, Marcus Morris trying to step on Luka's ankle to me was sick, and I think he should get a suspension.
He did tweet about it, though.
And I think I know he said that, I didn't do anything on purpose.
Let me see. You want me to read the tweet? Let me find
he
this
said he
tweet
didn't do anything on purpose, man. What do you think he's going to say?
I mean, I don't know. Like nothing?
I stepped on it on purpose because I'm an a-hole.
I mean, maybe he could just not say anything.
No, he's trying to defend
He said,
himself.
Basketball has never been that serious to try to hurt somebody. I'm not apologizing for S because I know what I put into this game day in and day out. It was a mistake. Deal with it.
You stunk at
Competing
Kansas.
is why I play. That was what Marcus Morris sounded off on Twitter.
You know what? Hey, let me tell you something. I cheated on my girlfriend once years ago, and you know what I said? I didn't do a damn thing. She came on to me. It was basically rape. Do you think I was raped? Nope. I didn't say rape, by the way. I just said there was nothing I could do. Marcus Morris, you're full of it like I was back in the day. You don't get to go out there after you make an action and do something and say, well, no, it's not because of that. When everybody in the world knows that you got Kristaps off by being, an a-hole. Everybody knows that you were talking smack the whole night. By the way, it's on video. He's up in Luka's ear the whole night.
And also, there were several different angles where, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. It just looked way too damning. Like, he stepped right on his ankle.
I have watched basketball for a
his
long
hurt
time.
ankle.
I've never seen anybody. There's a rebound. Did you see him jump for the rebound? Nope. He comes in there after dude's getting the thing, and he just stomps on his ankle. Like, I'm sorry. Marcus, you're a liar, and I'm not afraid to say it. That is flat out what I call Bush League. Are we allowed to say that these days anymore?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Is
You're
that
good there.
something bad
You're good
now?
there.
Okay, thank goodness. I didn't know if they were going to say that, Bush
What would be wrong with
Bush
that?
Light's going to be offended, or Bush beer is going to be like, don't be calling us Bush. When you know that we're actually decent beer for really, really poor high school kids that are the only ones that buy it when they're illegal. Let's just be honest. Natty Light and Busch Light are underage kids' beers. Let's just be real.
Oh, time out, man. Busch Light. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of family members. A lot of people. Busch Light is their drink, their beer of choice.
What?
Yes.
Busch.
Text line. Come on. I know we got people out there that are
Beer
Busch
of
Light
choice.
lovers.
There is not. I've never met a person who actually walked in and said, "I got money. Let's get some Busch." And I'm talking about beer.
Well, I mean,
I've never watched anybody do that.
No, I'm not saying they have money. I never said that. I'm just saying,
you're
like,
saying they're super poor.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying, like, I know people that don't like to spend a lot of money on light beer. Like, if you're going to the store, if they have their choice between Bud Light or Coors Light and Busch Light, they're getting Busch Light. I don't know. You've never met anyone like that.
Oh my goodness, no, I have not.
You are now Natty. I'll give you that.
When I was in high school, can I just tell you something? In high school,
you're about to incriminate yourself,
I don't
aren't you?
care. I'm old.
All right, let's
When
hear
we were
it.
in high school, we'd go to field parties. We'd have kegs of Busch because that's the only.
Where were
keg we
these
could
field
get.
parties at?
Oh, dude, we used to have all these field parties out on Highway like 50 something out where I think there's like Lakeland area.
Trespassing?
Oh yeah, we were trespassing for sure, but nobody cared because there was nothing out there except for mushrooms and an open field. Like, we would go pick mushrooms, drink beer, have a bonfire, and nobody ever bothered us because there wasn't anything out there. Heck, we had to, like, get on our, like, we'd have to have these dudes with big trucks, like, so people would park their cars, and we would have to, like, have all the high school kids pile in the big trucks and drive back there. Now, I'll tell you one thing. If I hear Savannah doing something like that, it's going down for real. But I don't think high school kids do that stuff anymore. I don't think.
You are,
Oh, please don't tell me I'm
Did you know Gullible's written in the sky?
Gosh dang it. So you're saying that I'm an
Of
idiot?
course they do. High schoolers don't change, dude.
Dude, I hope they did in the last 20 years.
No. What are you talking about?
Man, you just broke my heart. But anyway, Marcus Morris.
Young people do what young people do.
Oh, man. You're probably
They're
right,
young and dumb.
actually. But I will tell you one thing. I still don't think anybody's going to text in and be like, yeah, I bought Busch. And dude, never mind. Don't text me, Mr. Jimmy downtown, please. Don't text me, Mr. Jimmy. Anyway, I'll be right back because I got one more little thing to talk. We're going to talk a lot of sports. We're going to talk a lot of fun stuff. But I will remind you, we had a no-hitter in baseball. We're going to be talking, I mean, this is real deal Holyfield stuff. Dame Time, by the way, you know he's out. And it's just, his knee, his finger, all that stuff was going down. He was hurt. But I will tell you one thing. Raptors and Celtics, Marcus Morris with his big dumb foot ended that series, and the Clippers beat the brakes off of them. It was just, I felt bad for the Mavericks, didn't you? Like, there's no Porzingis. You got to do with a hurt foot, and that was an embarrassing beatdown. But I don't.
And there was 3 playoff records for the Clippers for their franchise.
Was it the biggest win in their history? Wasn't it?
76 first half points. I think they ended with 150. How many points did they have?
Dude,
151.
It was the largest win they've ever had.
151 broke the record, but I believe, let me check just to make sure, they ended with 154. They ended with 154, and then they had 21 made 3-point field goals. No, actually 22. I was wrong. 22.
By the
made
way,
3-point field goals.
Got a question. Daniel Snyder just text in. He says Busch Light is all he buys. Sick freak. I knew it. Daniel Snyder is the only one who loves it. We'll be back in 2 Shakes. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Check out Dave Woloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time on Sports 56. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 96.1 FM and 87.7 FM.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Five Ash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Hi folks, Jeff Jackson, General Manager at Sunrise Chevrolet Buick GMC. Yes, it's hot outside, but so are the deals at our Super Summer Sales Event. With savings as high as $10,000, 0% financing, the largest selection of vehicles in the Mid-South. Need a low payment? No problem. Owe too much on your trade? No problem. Bad credit, bankruptcy, slow pay? It's okay. We specialize in secondary financing and used cars under $10,000. If you have a job, you're approved at Sunrise, home of the guaranteed credit approval. Find new roads at Sunrise, 385 at Houston Levy. See us online at sunrise@collierville.com.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build your own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Let's go!
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Many a hand has scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers and some to folks you know. Holy Ghost and talk show hosts are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills, shake the many hands. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. You see a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs Jackson when you got words?
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour. For my last segment, I'm going to pass this baton off to my good friend Wolo. Carl Morris is up in the house because Drew Baird's still rocking and firing. By the way, I got to say, Drew asked some of the best questions to Ron Tillery yesterday, and the story that Ron gave about, Gasol, Odom, LeBron James. LeBron James. Why do I think of immediately LeBron James? Kobe Bryant. Sorry. When he talked about Kobe Bryant Day, and it was Odom, Kobe Bryant, Gasol, Tillery talking. That was fun. But they're coming up next. So whatever you do, make sure you stay locked and loaded from 3 to 6 as Sports Time is about to join you. But before I get into some more stuff, if you're a baseball fan, today we had Dallas Keuchel actually pitch after a no-hitter from Lucas Giolito, and the White Sox are up 8-0 on the Pirates. We also have Garrett Cole. Ian Anderson is making his return for the Braves. He's making his Braves debut. This is a big deal. He's pitching against Garrett Cole. Do you know Garrett Cole hasn't lost in like 20-some-odd starts? I mean, he can break a record after the day. But you got the Braves and the Yankees, and guess who's back for the Braves? Ronald Acuna making his debut back. Well, not debut, but he's back from injury, and he's playing against the Yankees, and that's dope. Plus, if you're a baseball fan, Aaron Nola for the Phillies, Patrick Corbin's pitching for the Nationals. Oh, my goodness. I'm a big baseball fan, if you can't tell. And the Cubs John Lester, after his embarrassing performance last week, can he bounce back? If he can, it's got to be against the Tigers.
Now, more importantly, we have a Busch Light drinker.
Yeah, Eli.
In our presence.
Eli Savoy.
The one and only Eli Savoy says he's got Busch Light in his fridge right this second.
Breaks my
What do you
heart.
guys say about that?
You know why?
You got anything to say about that?
Yes, I do. Eli gives that to you and me if we come over, and he drinks the good beer. The Busch Light is for his guests.
What beer do
like
you
me.
buy? That's the real question.
What beer do I buy?
Yeah.
I'm a Coors Light guy.
Okay, now tell me realistically, how different is Coors and Busch? Really?
Tons.
How like explain the difference?
Trust me, we'll talk
No,
about
no. We have 20 seconds. You
tastes
20
like
seconds.
Urine. Just to be honest, it tastes like urine. It does. I don't like it. It tastes like urine. It makes me like, especially if it gets just a little warm, you're sick. But I got to also remind you one quick thing is very important. Central Barbecue. You love it. We love it. We all eat barbecue here in Memphis, and there is nothing better in the world than Central Barbecue. They got 4 great locations, and I also want to remind you something that is very important. They have a new website. It's not necessarily new, but it's not the old one of cbq.com. It is eatcbq.com. eat.cbq.com. So eatcbq.com. Oh, I threw another dot in there for some reason, habit. eatcbq.com. You can ship their barbecue anywhere in the world, even to Gabe if you want to for some reason if he ever moves. But I'll tell you one thing. 4 locations, downtown, Central, Summer, and the new one on Poplar. Memphis is all about barbecue, and the best barbecue in the world is at Central. Smoke is their sauce. My man Wolo is coming up next. I want to remind you as seriously as I can, yes, we got hoops and all kinds of stuff going down, but tonight, John Gray against Robbie Ray, Clayton Kershaw, Kevin Gosman. I'm telling you, it's a baseball day. Grab your bat and ball. Get ready to play. Coming up next is Wolo and Stats. Get out there, make the world a better place. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.